Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. All right, so here we have a list of kids' times, their improved times from taking a running test, the mile time, in August, and then they practice and take it again in May. So the PE coach is looking for the best student, meaning they've improved the most. So their time has gone down the most. Okay, so you want to start your list with the most improved time. So we're shortening the time. So Lisa has improved her time by 243 seconds. That's how much faster she is now. So she's going to be our first. So you're basically going from least to greatest in this list. For number 2, it helps me when I'm comparing two negatives to think about, okay, which one is greater? Is 45 greater than 23? Yes, that's true. But since we're talking about negative 45 and negative 23, the opposite is going to be true. So negative 45 is actually smaller than negative 23, not greater than. So this one is false. For numbers 3 and 4, you really need to pay attention to the order. This problem is going greatest or biggest first and least or smallest last. But this problem is going smallest first and biggest last. Think about where they would go if it was on a number line. The negative numbers would go on the left side. The positive numbers would go on the right side. The more negative looking it is, like the bigger it looks, it's actually going to be further to the left. It's actually going to be smaller. And when it's positive, the bigger it looks, the further to the right it is. On the back, you are looking for coldest to warmest. I also want you to correct the kids that are wrong. So let's start with Suzette. Is negative 11 colder than negative 14? No, actually, it's further to the right, so this one is not true. But negative 3 is warmer, and negative 7 is warmer. So you can tell Suzette, you need to change negative 11 and negative 14. Then it'll be right. So each kid, you're going to give them the feedback. If they're correct, there's only one correct, then you can just give them the check mark. Here we're looking for a list that is not in order from least to greatest. So if you find a least to greatest list, yay, but that's not what we're picking. And last but not least, this is really confusing unless you make up some numbers. So A, let's say, is 7. 7 is smaller than, let's make up something that's smaller than 10. If 7 is smaller than 10, then what about negative 7 versus negative 10? Are they smaller or are they bigger? And can you prove it on a number line? So here's 0, here's 7, here's 10, here's negative 7, here's negative 10. If we're drawing the number line, I might suggest that you go ahead and talk about bigger numbers are more to the right and smaller numbers are more to the left. And that's your homework.